Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 1. The Premier League match day 1, game week 1 is here, and the Arsenal played at home. And some quick post match thoughts from the game. I've got conjunctivitis, hence the glare. Again, disclaimer, not trying to flex or anything. So, yeah, please bear with me for this week. And yeah, starting with the starting lineup, an unusual one. Like I said, with Arsenal this season, it will be really difficult to predict the lineups going forward. And even if you can predict the lineup, it will be really difficult to know the system that's going to be in place. But the fundamentals will remain the same, right? 3 at the back in possession, one of the 2 fullbacks will invert, and 5 up front. So that did stay the same. Today we had Ben White, William Saliba, and Timber almost staying in the back 3 in possession, and Thomas Partey was the one who inverted from right back to form a double pivot with Declan Rice. And that left Kai Havertz, your Odegaard, and your wingers up front, right? Havertz with almost very little first phase build-up responsibility. So it was a system that Arsenal was trying to get into, did not play this ever. So you could understand the lack of absolute chemistry or absolute synergy, which is understandable. But is there any concern with this? Do I have any concern? I loved the last 10 minutes where Kai Havertz played up front. I loved the match against City where Kai Havertz played up front. Eddie, fantastic goal, fantastic intent, fantastic holder play, all great. But if we are playing Kai Havertz, I would prefer him up front for his qualities. At last 10 minutes after we conceded, when we had to see out the game, Kai Havertz individually, he was a cheat code to that. In high intensity matches, against big matches, in matches where you have to keep the lead, he's a cheat code up front. He keeps the ball, wins headers, good hold up play, absolute cheat code, and he helped us in those last 10 minutes staying up front. We did not have this. We never had this. So it's good to have that option up front with Kai, but him at left center midfield in that left 8 role, I'm not too sure. But let's see. Like Mikel said in his pre-match, it took Xhaka some time to specialize that role. Maybe Kai Havertz can specialize his role. Can you afford to use that time for him to adapt while playing the Premier League? Never know. Let's see. Yeah, and Timber unfortunately had to go off with injury, and but yeah, he did look a bit shaky before that as well. But that's completely all right. I think first game of the season. Declan Rice absolutely solid. Thomas Partey, I wasn't happy, and he has that knack in him, right? He has that knack of especially out of possession, just committing when it's not necessarily. It's not about the timing of the commitment. It is about the intent of him. He's not too sure he needs to go. It's not too sure. I don't know. I think it's something physical about him. He's maybe carrying some injury in his head, or he's carrying a legit injury. I don't know what it is out of possession. It's a 50-50 in terms of duels when he goes for it. Absolutely sells the team there, and it's a complete transition up. Talking about the 2 goals, Martinelli, brilliant piece of skill. Saka, brilliant piece of skill. Did we break them otherwise? Not enough. Is that a piece of concern? At the moment, yes, but I'm convinced Mikel and co will find out a solution for us to break teams down and not depend on just brilliant pieces of skill. But that's what champion teams do. That's what City have also done. In situations where you cannot always build teams, break teams down, you need your brilliant pieces of skills to come up, right? And Arsenal has lacked that in the past. But now this team has evolved. These players individually, they're also evolving. These brilliant pieces of skills, shots from outside the boxes need to come in, right? About time. Ramsdale, a few shaky errors here and there, not errors necessarily, but a few kicks here and there, but overall solid, no issues. Regarding the goal conceded at halftime, I had put down in one of the groups, and I also tweeted about this at I Am Sorry podcast Twitter handle. I tweeted about this. We need to be wary of transition. When you're keeping so much of the ball, when you're keeping about 75-80% possession, you need to be wary of transition, because your legs seem to calm down. You're not running so much with the ball. You're not running. You're just walking around. With Arsenal, you're not running too much. The team as a whole is not running too much. So if you lose ball, a Thomas Partey moment here or there, or if you lose ball in an unusual situation, then it gets a little heavier. It gets a little heavier track back, and that's exactly what happened. Especially when Forest had fresh legs come in. I had that worry at halftime, and I really wanted a clean sheet at home, especially game week 1. We missed out on that fantastic transition, caught out, and we conceded. And then it was nervy moments, absolute nervy moments. But Kai Havertz helped us see that through. Gabriel Magalhaes had to come in. Tomiyasu with some huge headers, and yeah, it's really tricky, from this season onwards to even waste time for the dark arts of football, because you never know how much would be added on, and even within the added on, you don't know how much would go back and get added on. So yeah, 3 points at the end of the day, 3 very important points, and let's see what develops out of this LCM dynamics, especially the left hand side dynamics. Want to see how that develops for Arsenal, and really happy for Eddie. He's getting that touch, and I hope he keeps going on with those touches. And Martinelli, once he finds the back of the net, it'll be really difficult to get him, to stop him. He goes on a spree. He seemed to be in good touch. Special shout out to Leandro Trossard, who was on his neck, breathing down on his neck, and was absolutely immense today keeping the ball. And he was on his burners, right? Pura bhai DRS, he had his full DRS on for that last run where he kept the ball. Yeah, happy with the 3 points, happy with about 60-70% of the game. But let's see, Arsenal not peaking this season right at the start, maybe a good thing, going into the season. So just need everyone fit. Hopefully Timber is fit, and yeah, hopefully Kai Havertz finds his shooting boots really quick. But I would love to see him more at centre forward, some dynamic where Eddie's confidence is also not hurt, and Kai Havertz can play more up front. And let's see what happens to that LCM situation. Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 1. That's the wrap up. And stay subscribed to this channel. Do like the video. I aim to do this post every match, so do put in your thoughts, how you feel about this, and about your thoughts of the game as well. So bye bye. Do like the video.